7 games, 10 points. It's about mid-table form, but it is definitely better than Milton Keynes form. What's up guys, and welcome to another episode of AFC Wimbledon Return to Glory, where we are currently, and it looks like successfully, establishing ourselves as a Sky Bet Championship team. We have played 7 games, we have 10 points from those games, which is good enough for us to be above the likes of Leeds, Hull City, Ipswich, Brighton, Rotherham, Burton, Birmingham, Wolves, Huddersfield, Blackburn and Nottingham Forest, but most importantly, above Milton Keynes. If we have a quick look at the table, you can see that Milton Keynes find themselves in 18th. Right now in the relegation battle, Nottingham Forest, Blackburn and Huddersfield. We have struggled against some teams, but we have managed to pick up points, which is what matters. Back-to-back promotions always was unlikely. But as long as we can solidify our standing as a championship team for a couple of seasons, I will be a very, very happy man. Okay, since our disappointing 4-0 defeat to Sheffield Wednesday, we had an EFL Cup game against Bristol Rovers, which we managed to win 5-3. Very convincing victory there. We then managed to win against Reading 2-1, which was a big game. First championship game at the Kings Meadow. We then faced Leeds with a 1-1 draw and beat QPR away 2-1. We then got knocked out of the EFL Cup by Bournemouth. It went to extra time. It was a game full of goals. Defence is an issue for us, but it seems to be an issue for me in the game completely. But as long as we're picking up points, I can look past that. Peterborough then beat us 3-1. Worried me a little bit before we beat Wigan 5-3. Now, as you can see, my issue is we were 3-0 up, no 4-0 up in fact, at half time. Then we start conceding and we get one of those 5-3 games when we were 4-0 up at one point. So defensively, I really need to figure out how to make my tactics defensive when I go ahead. And then the final game, before we come into the games we're about to play now, we lost 2-1 to Barnsley. We went ahead with Bradley Fewster, but then Polyon managed to score an own goal and then Watkins scored, leaving us on 10 points as we go into games against Brighton and Birmingham at home. Okay, so going into the game against Brighton, and you can see we reverted back to the formation from last year. It's been more successful than that 4-4-2. I got rid of it. It wasn't working in actual competitive games. We start the lineup with Krysiak in goal, Mides and Dabo as the wing backs. We have Tafazorli and Beeling as the 2 centre backs. Dean Parrott, Jake Reeves and David Soderlund. I've forgotten his first name, but Soderlund, our lonely star player. Dallavale and Polyon are either side of Bradley Fewster. Okay, so we kick off, and hopefully today I can bring you some victories here on AFC Wimbledon Return to Glory, give you some faith in the team remaining a championship side in this series. Although Donaldson throws the ball in, it's picked up by Krysiak nice and calmly. Right, it's hoofed up to Dallavale. Dallavale manages to pick it up, finds Bradley Fewster. Bradley Fewster over to Polyon. Polyon can run past his man hopefully and find a cross into the box. It's blocked quite easily, and this could now be a counter-attack. Baddock or Baldock skips past Reeves, but Reeves comes back, wins it, finds Dallavale. Dallavale inside to Soderlund to Polyon. Polyon has gone past his man, he shoots, and it's 1-0. Dominic Polyon refinding his form in front of goal. 5th goal of the season. Now 1 division up in the Premiership. Great goal there. We are looking like a mid-table side the way we're playing at the moment, which, you know what? I'd have quite happily taken this as where I'd be in season number 2, episode number 2. We are now 6th, in fact, if we can not do our usual collapse in the second half, where we just seem to forget how to defend. Right, Beeling hoofs the ball up to Fewster. It's fallen to Parrott, to Dallavale. Dallavale looks inside to Soderlund. Soderlund to Polyon. Polyon gets tackled there too easily. Tafazorli wins the ball back though. Parrott now to Dallavale. Dallavale, Soderlund, Polyon. It's very quick moving football here. I'm struggling to keep up as Parrott has the ball outside the box. Into Dallavale, 2-0. Get in. AFC Wimbledon are proving to the world that we are the better side compared to Milton Keynes. Soon, I promise you guys, I will forget about Milton Keynes. I'll let it go because we'll be in the Premiership and I won't even care where Milton Keynes are. Great strike there by Dalavale. 4 shots, 4 on target, 1 clear-cut chance, 1 half chance, and we've only let them have 1 shot on goal, and it was a long shot. That's what annoys me about this tactic though, because right now, as you can see, defensively that's pretty solid, only allowing 1 shot on your goal, as it's through to Fuster. Can Fuster make it free? Saved by their keeper, who I'm not going to try to say the name of. But that's what annoys me. I'll see stats like this in the first half, then in the second half, it all goes to pot. Sutherland now has it on the edge, finds Parrott. Oh dear, Dean Parrott. We're actually in, I'm pretty sure that is a playoff place, as Donaldson gets the ball now outright. Maybe I spoke too soon, I have. Already thinking of things to come. Focus on the game at hand, as their second chance, only their second chance, and they've scored. But I did recently read on the Side Games forum something where it says, look, if you're overperforming and winning games 5-3, yes, everyone would like a perfect defence and a great attack, but if you're overperforming to what you should be doing, then, oh dear, Krysiak. Okay, I was overperforming, but even then, 9th is still overperforming for me. 3 shots, 2 goals though. Don't worry about it too much, because AFC Wimbledon should be struggling against relegation. So anywhere mid-table is overachieving. Last year, overachieving, even though we had those collapses in games last year. Wow, this is an awful collapse though. Literally 4 shots, 4 on target, 3 goals. No clear-cut chances. This is what I'm talking about. This may be the gulf in quality of players, but this is Brighton, and no offence to Brighton fans if there are any that watch my videos. I don't know much about your side, but I have some decent players. I'd like to think my defence was decent enough to at least keep one of those chances out. As Dalavale finds Fuster. Fuster skips past his man, it's 3-all. Our attack can do the work, but our defence clearly cannot. At least I'm bringing you a goal fest here on JNO FM. You can never say it's not entertaining. It's Bradley Fuster, who has kind of made that most advanced forward role his own, with some great performances, as I think he was pointing to his name on the back of his shirt there. This is Beedling, what an interception there. We can attack now. Dalavale to Fuster. Is it going to be 4-3? Oh, Fuster, come on. 9 shots on target. Wow, that's a bad corner there. Fortunately, they have no one up to make a counter-attack effective. Wow, 3-all at half-time. But you see, this is probably overperforming for us, so I don't want to be too hard on the boys. And give me 1 second as I just change the camera battery. For any aspiring YouTubers out there, I really recommend you get spare batteries, because they're lifesavers middle of recording. Anyway, let's carry on into the second half of this game against Brighton. We are now on the tactics screen. I've already done the team talk, and we're going to have a look at these instructions and see if there is anything we can do that might make this more defensive, or defensively solid anyway. Okay, we're going to try go into highly structured, and as you can see we've changed, so we're going to try and retain possession, because if they don't have the ball they can't score. But disciplined, stick to positions, very different to what I usually play. Usually I'm playing fluid and control or standard, sometimes attacking. So we're going to give this a go and see how it goes in the second half. Maybe I shouldn't be testing stuff out in a game like this where we could be picking up points, but I just have a feeling that with the amount of chances they're getting, although they have 2 chances on goal in like 20 seconds just then, I don't want to be outscored, which looks very likely. This may be inviting too much pressure onto ourselves though. but we'll see what the highlights show me. We might as well go back to what we were doing, because we have conceded very quickly, which means we need to now go out there and score. Okay, that positioning, they just seem all over the place. They seem very clustered, and then no one is marking the guy on the back post. But that could again just be the quality of my players. Maybe I just need to try and outscore people. Forget trying to be fancy. Now looks like we're starting to lose our grip on the game, as they now have a 2-goal cushion over us. This is very, very similar to what I experienced in the game in the EFL Cup against Bournemouth. Why is Krysiak's hands plastered or sellotaped to his side as we almost score there to get back into the match? He dives without putting his arms out. What the F is that about? 5 rating on John Meaders. Damn, you're meant to be one of my decent players. Defence is just not performing. Okay, I think next match what we may try and do is not change the formation or the mentality or the shape. We might try and make the wing backs less attacking. Maybe put them on support. The problem is they provide the width, and without them going up and down the pitch, we don't really have any width to our formation. As Dean Parrott finds it on the edge of the box, Dalla Valle can only head it to their goalkeeper there. I could try and go attacking and see how that does. Ouch. No commentary because I was hoping there was going to be no highlight there. But clearly I read that part of the game wrong. And as you can see, like I was saying in previous games, I start off really well and restrict them to their chances. If there is something I'm doing wrong, feel free to leave it in the comments down below, because I by no means think I'm the master at this game, because I've seen people take clubs like AFC Wimbledon get back-to-back promotions with teams that are a lot lower of a standard than the teams they're facing, and win stuff like League and FA Cups. So I'm by no means an expert at this game. So if there's something I'm clearly doing wrong with my defence, just let me know. I'm happy to be told what I'm doing wrong. That is how you learn. Okay, it looks like we're going to go in full time, having gone 3-0 up or 2-0 up. Yeah, we went 2-0 up. We have eventually lost the game 3-6. And I don't even think Brighton Hove Albion are that high up the table. Well, they would have been on 9 points, so they weren't that high. But at least Milton Keynes lost. There's silver linings, people. Alright, we'll go on to the next game against Birmingham. Hopefully we can pick up a victory in that game. I'll see you there. So we're going into the second game of this episode against Birmingham City. We're going to try the 4-3-3 yet again with Krysiak in goal. We have defensive wing-backs, Mides and Dabo, with Beedling and Tafazoli as the 2 centre-backs. We have Soderlund, Reeves and Kieran Dowell on loan from Everton as our 3-man midfield behind Dalla Valle, Taylor and Fuster. Taylor getting some game time over Polion, who is on the bench. And we are facing a 4-4-2. Hopefully we can finally get a victory in this series in season number 2. Because so far I've just shown you 2 defeats. Okay, so we kick things off. Let's see what more defensive wing backs can do for our defence. We now have 5 players on defensive duty. That may invite too much pressure on us. It may make us more solid. Who knows? Let's see what the match engine thinks. To be honest, I can't remember my fullbacks, at least this season, ever really creating much chances on support anyway. We focus our play down the middle as well. So hopefully we're more defensively solid, but still create the chances. Okay, so we pick the ball up in midfield with Dowell to Soderlund to Dalla Valle, out wide to Taylor. Taylor plays it through to Fuster. Fuster's got to cross it from there to Dalla Valle at the back post. 1-0. But we've been here before. We have definitely been in this position before. So let's not count our chickens before they've even been laid, let alone hatched. Great crossing by Fuso. I was worried he's going to shoot from a difficult angle, but he finds Dalla Valle running in and getting there to the back post with an easy tap in. Let's keep a clean sheet. That would be amazing. 1 clean sheet. Why have I said that? Krysiak with a save. It was straight at him though. But that was not ideal to have that good a chance on goal. And it is them again. Krysiak coming out nicely there. Clutches it to his chest. What a forward ball to Della Valle. There's still defenders back there though. And they have dealt with it. And even on defend, that wing back got way too far forward. Was caught out. It just feels like all the goals from the other team are coming out wide. Alright, we're going to try fullback on support. Because if I'm correct, it will support the midfield, but it shouldn't get too far forward. Fullback defend is as defensive as it can get. I want some width. I want them to be there for the midfielders to pass to if necessary. But I don't want situations like this where my fullback is so far out of position, my centre-back gets drawn out to deal with it, and then I've got 2 people in the box with Charlie Adams. Is that Charlie Adams? Probably isn't Charlie Adams, but C. Adams anyway. And yeah, that was too easy, too simple for them. But you see, my assistant says that's a good first half, because we're not expected to do well against these teams. Okay, so second half, fullbacks on support. Please, let's try and stop these counter-attacks down the wings, because that seems to be where we're getting hurt a lot. Okay, absolutely nothing has happened since half-time. Lyle Taylor Baby is not having a good game, so Polyon can come on for him. Just 1 sneaky goal. Every 3 points counts at this stage. Every single 3-point total counts. Even 1 point counts, to be fair. Could be the difference between us staying in the Championship and not. Free kicks. We concede so many free kicks this season. It's unbelievable. Good goal by them, but not much you can do about them, to be fair. At least Krysiak put his arm out that time instead of diving like a fish. And yeah. Oh, this isn't going well. Wow. This again is a team that were near the bottom with me, and they have just completely dominated me at home. What are we going to do about this? And I hate it when this happens, because I feel like I'm a lot more entertaining, and I think most YouTubers are entertaining when they're winning. But maybe bringing in Dowell in centre midfield isn't the best idea. We have the 4-3-1-2 that we use also loaded. Wow, Tom Beeling's given away a penalty. We've just been dominated this second half. Is it going to be double trouble with Beeling sent off? Just a yellow card. But we could lose this game 5-1. Oh, this is going to be difficult. This is going to be a very difficult season. Started off this episode hopeful because we'd had a decent run. To be in mid-table, 7 games in is good. But we have... Are you looking at my goalkeeper? Hands on his head as he dives. Is it Krysiak? Is he trying to completely destroy my AFC Wimbledon Return to Glory save? Because he's dived with his arms by his side like a fish, and now he's dived like he's trying to catch his breath with his hands on his head. Another disappointing performance. And that has seen us drop significantly in the table, and while we started the episode saying we're above Milton Keynes Dons, we end the episode below them, now at 19th after 9 games. That is what you get when you start bragging. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed the episode even though my team failed to perform and conceded 5 goals in 2 games each. Either way, I will go to the drawing board, try and figure out what is going on with the team. I'll watch more of the game to see if I can pick up where we are conceding so many goals or so many chances. Let me know in the comments down below what you think I'm doing wrong. All help is appreciated as I try and save this bad run of form. If you enjoyed the episode anyway, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you're new around here, and tune in 2 days' time when there should be another episode of the AFC Wimbledon Return to Glory. I've been JNO, you guys have been awesome, and remember, it's all about the game. And hopefully we can fix the game.